Good morning. The board meeting of the Gateway Development Commission is now called to order. Today we are holding a public meeting session of the Gateway Development Commission's Board of Commissioners. Due to mass transit interruptions that impacted the scheduling of this meeting and the need to advance key commission business in a timely fashion, today's meeting is being held virtually via teleconference, with audio being live streamed from the Gateway program website. The commission is soliciting written or video comments from the public. A form for soliciting these comments is posted on the Gateway program website for those who wish to submit a comment for today's meeting. Acting Secretary Anderson, may I ask you to conduct the roll call and report on the public notice for today's meeting, please?
Co-Chair Glenn.
Here.
Co-Chair Gray-Wolverk.
Here.
Vice Chair Kosha.
Here.
Commissioner Barbas.
Here.
Commissioner Bauer.
Here.
Commissioner Rosen is absent. Commissioner Dominguez.
Here.
We have a quorum. Adequate notice of today's regular public meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Gateway Development Commission has been provided in accordance with the Commission's enabling legislation. The agenda and public documents pertaining to the board meeting have been made publicly available on the Gateway Program's website. Notice of the meeting was posted to the website 5 business days before the meeting, and public notice of the time and place of the meeting was provided to appropriate media outlets. A video recording of this meeting will be posted on the Gateway Program website.
Thanks, Maria. The next item on today's agenda is the report on the minutes of the April 14th, 2025 meeting of the board. I will now turn to Ms. Anderson for a report on the minutes of that meeting.
Copies of the minutes of the meeting of April 14, 2025 were delivered in electronic form by myself to the governors of New York and New Jersey on April 14, 2025. The time for action by the governors of New York and New Jersey expired at midnight on April 30th, 2025, at which time actions recorded in the minutes went into full force and effect.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. I know for the record that the Commission has solicited virtual comments from the public in advance of and during today's meeting. A form for soliciting these comments was posted to the GDC website in advance of the meeting. The comment form for virtual participation is available throughout today's meeting. The Commission received 8 virtual public comments by 5 p.m. on Monday, May 19th, 2025, from the following individuals. Chad Perkay, Association for Better New York, regarding the Hudson Yard Concrete Casing Project. Mateo Collin, New York Building Congress, regarding the Hudson Tunnel Project. Carlo A. Cicura, New York Building Congress, regarding the Hudson Tunnel Project. Mateo Collin again, New York Building Congress, again regarding the Hudson Tunnel Project. Jerry Keenan, New Jersey Alliance for Action, regarding the Hudson Tunnel Project. Samuel Turvey, Rethink New York City, regarding the RPA WSP Economic Analysis of Gateway Project. Joshua Berman, Regional Plan Association, the RPA, regarding concrete casing progress. Joseph Cliff, regarding Hudson Tunnel Project costs, communications, and adherence to GDC open meetings policy. If any virtual comments are received during today's meeting, they will be distributed to the board and posted on the Gateway Program website after today's meeting. All public comments received will also be filed in the Commission's records. We will now turn to the GDC staff for an update on the Gateway Program. Over to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Belpreet. Since day one, my mission as CEO of the Gateway Development Commission has been to deliver the Hudson Tunnel Project on scope, within schedule, and budget. Today, I'm thrilled to announce that the Hudson Yards Concrete Casing Project, Section 3, has reached the halfway mark and is on track to be finished on schedule in 2026. This is the second construction package that has passed the halfway point on time and within budget. The Hudson Yards Concrete Casing Project is preserving the right-of-way beneath the Hudson Yards so the new tunnel can connect to the Penn Station from the west. This must be completed before the building is in the new buildings and the overbuild take place. Extensive studies during the planning process concluded that the Hudson Yards is the only location that could provide the appropriate space for a new tunnel that would be fully integrated operationally with the existing Penn Station complex. Sections 1 and 2 of the concrete casing, which extend beneath the Eastern Rail Yard and under 11th Avenue, have been completed. This is the third portion of the final segment, and it originates at the west side of 11th Avenue and travels diagonally beneath the High Line along the north side via 30th Street. Hudson Yards concrete casing is a complex and challenging project. The biggest challenge is the complicated operations must take place within a confined staging area. The construction site is tightly bordered by an active train storage yard, maintenance to the north, and the High Line to the south, and two busy Manhattan thoroughfares to the west and east of the parcel. To account for these factors, the team is using cut-and-cover tunneling method, which involves digging a trench, building the tunnel, and refilling the hole over the new tunnel segment. To prepare for excavation, the team had to drive more than 300 secant piles in the area where the trench is being excavated. Excavation and dewatering is now in progress, and the team has removed more than 40,000 tons of soil and more than 3 million gallons of water. As they go down, they will install struts to basically construct the walls of the tunnel section. Hundreds of workers are employed building Hudson Yards Concrete Casing 3 project, and right now, the project will support more than 4,800 jobs in total. We continue to make meaningful progress on our other active construction projects. We broke ground on Hudson Tunnel Concrete Casing Section 3 in November of 2023, and the first phase of construction involved building large concrete blocks to support the High Line while construction takes place. At the end of 2024, excavation and dewatering of the trench with the tunnel wall began. The trench is now 50 feet deep at its deepest point. We expect the pouring of the tunnel box concrete this fall. We continue to make meaningful progress on our other active construction projects. The Tunnelly Avenue project is now more than 3/4 complete and remains on track to be completed by the end of this year. The western portion of the bridge has been completed and reopened for traffic. Temporary pedestrian and utility bridges have also been installed alongside the roadway. Superstructure work, installation of concrete box beams, and bridge deck construction are in progress in the middle portion. This portion of the bridge is expected to open for traffic in the coming months. The Hudson River Ground Stabilization Project is mixing concrete into the soil beneath the Hudson River in preparation for the tunnel boring that will go through that section. To shield the work area from the strong current, the team has built temporary cofferdam in the river. You can see that here. The team has removed all obstructions from the area contained inside the cofferdam and is now moving through mixing concrete into the soil. 200 columns have been mixed to date. The Palisades Tunnel Project is the first tunnel boring project. The TBMs that will build that section of the tunnel are in production, and they will be delivered on-site and assembly in early 2026. In the meantime, preparatory work at the site where the TBMs will launch is in progress. We are also preparing to start construction of the Hudson County shaft that will be used to remove the TBMs that build this portion of the tunnel and launch the TBMs that dig underneath the Hudson River. That's on the other side of the Palisades, the Hudson River side. This includes geotechnical borings and building a noise-reducing wall along the construction site. Work has launched on the Manhattan Tunnel project, which is the other side of the Hudson River, as this photograph shows, and build a portion of the tunnel from the Manhattan bulkhead at the river's edge to the Hudson Yards concrete casing. The Hudson Yards concrete casing Section 3 project that I just spoke of. Due to the presence of historic fill along the Manhattan western shore, as well as active sewer and utility lines, the Manhattan Tunnel project is one of the most complex packages within the Hudson Tunnel program. We awarded the contract for this project in February, and this team is currently conducting early work, including environmental inspections, sampling, and geotechnical boring. The first major construction activity will be demolition of the Quonset hut on the lot across the street from Hudson Yards Concrete Casing 3 construction site. I believe at this point I have a video. This is a time-lapse video.
Today we have two resolutions for the board's consideration today. The first is seeking approval to award 3 contracts for professional and expert business advisory services. These contracts are part of our effort to systematically strengthen GDC's capacity to deliver the Hudson Tunnel project. We separated the contracts into multiple distinct scopes of work to attract proposals from as many potential firms as possible, and this helps us to secure the best service at the best price. The evaluation panel recommends 3 firms to receive contracts: PFM Financial Advisors, Alvarez and Marcel Public Sector Services, LLC, and the North Highland Company, LLC. These firms went through an extensive competitive process. The initial contracts with each firm will be for 3 years, with the option for up to 2 one-year extensions. And now, Maria.
The second resolution before the board would approve GDC to lease office space for its Inspector General. The Inspector General reviews GDC policies and processes to minimize the risk of misconduct and administers its whistleblower program. The Inspector General operates independent of GDC and reports directly to the Board of Commissioners. Providing a dedicated office space from GDC's main office will reinforce the Inspector General's independence.
The first action item for the board's consideration today is entitled Authorization of Award of Contract for Expert Advisory Business Services to Support the Hudson Tunnel Project.
Thank you, Mr. Prendergast, and obviously the team, the GDC team, for the comprehensive update. Sincerely appreciate the time and energy you've dedicated to keeping us informed. So with that said, do any of the commissioners wish to comment? Is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
A motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Gray-Walverk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez.
Yes.
The motion passes. Prior to the next action item, I will note for the record that Commissioner Barbas has been recused from all matters involving the delivery partner contract. Commissioner Barbas will drop from the line now that this action item is being presented and will rejoin for executive session.
The second item for the board's consideration today is authorization of delegation of authority to the Chief Executive Officer in connection with contract for issuance of a new task order and assignment of assumption of lease.
Thank you, Mr. Prendergast. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment? Motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
I'll move it.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Gray-Walverk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. We will now be entering into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, personnel matters, and matters in which the release of information could impair a right to receive funds from the United States. After the executive session, the board will reconvene in public session and for the purpose of adjourning the meeting, and no further business will be conducted. I make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, personnel matters, and matters in which the release of information could impair a right to receive funds from the United States or other grantor. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. I hereby reconvene the open session board meeting. Ms. Anderson, do we have a quorum?
All commissioners are in attendance and we have a quorum.
All right, great. There being no further business to conduct today, I motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
I move this motion to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Motion. Thank you. Motion is approved and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.